Hey guys, my name is Nexus, and this is Retrieval, made by Ben Ramsey, also known as KoMag, June 11th, 2001. This mission was part of KoMag's tutorial on how to create fan missions, and at the same time we'll also be taking a look at a mission created from that tutorial by a different person. So the second version was made by Hans, made August 11th, 2001. So with all that in mind, on with the missions. Okay guys, this is a little bit of a special one. So this is normal, hard, and expert. So this came about because KoMag wanted to make a tutorial mission explaining how to do certain things, and basically this goes through all of the steps to create your own mission. So it started off with building the base room, this room, with all your inventory in it, which is linked to the player. And because it's linked to the player, it just appears in your inventory. So I have a blackjack, I got broadheads, I got water arrow, fire arrow, I got not a whole lot else really. Flash bombs, compass, healing potion, my lockpicks, a mine. Definitely some interesting things. So what this demonstrates, of course, is the two different guards being of different factions, so they don't particularly like each other. So this one, little official warning here, just a neat little text document so you can sort of figure out how to make text documents yourself in Thief, so you can write the books. Objectives, as per normal, are very different on the second screen because they're shorthand. Thank you. Just gonna take care of that right now. Alright.
Who's there?
So we have here
Hello?
this servant.
Don't hurt me.
Who's gonna freak out. And he's gonna go run to his,
Save me!
eventually.
There's someone here!
There you go. So he's gonna run to his fleet point, which is right over there. So he's all good over there for now. I mean, I've shown this off a little bit in other missions, but this was part of a tutorial on how to build your own mission, so it's sort of important to point out all of the different features he compacted into this tutorial. Unfortunately, I don't think I was searching for the right search term because I couldn't find the actual tutorial. All I found was the Italian version. So I think maybe it's been hosted elsewhere under a different name, and I know I've seen the English version previously, and I think I know where I could find it. I'm just not sure of what specifically to search for on Google to find it, so there we go. Long lockpick, of course, to demonstrate lockpicking. It's a lot easier to show like the differences when you have to go between multiple lockpicks, go back to one lockpick, go back to the other lockpick, stuff like that. So we found our sword, which is one of our objectives. We've probably got plenty of loot now to, you know, handle that. And we have to kill this guy.
Who are you? Oh! Ah!
Alright, that was one of our other objectives. So we still have this objective. Oh, hey, I actually do need a lot more loot in order to finish this. Good to know. So with that in mind, we have a chest here, which can demonstrate, of course, how to put things in chests in the first place. There was a poker in it. Even though it technically wouldn't actually fit, you know, that's how things go. So, books are slightly different in terms of how you program which text document goes where. So we have a book versus a parchment on the wall. I'm not actually sure what the difference is now that I think about it. I think it might be... It's still in the same books, but I think you have to label them different things. Nothing special about the bathroom other than to probably show off water. And how to do that properly, because it can get a little bit tricky. So now that we have gone and finished this, of course, got all the loot, except for 300, which is, God, how do I do that every time? There must be a ring somewhere. Alright. Never mind, I thought I got all the loot, and I was so proud of myself. Alright, well, I'm going to go into someone else's version of this after completing the tutorial themselves. They built a mission, and we're going to see their interpretation of the tutorial as it is. Okay guys, here's easy, normal, and hard. Okay, so let's talk about things. We have a guard patrolling starting here, so let me go into my objective screen real quick. Most of this is pretty much exactly the same. You saw from the beginning the long text descriptions were actually quite a bit different. This is mostly the same, except with the addition of Garrett instead of KoMag. I'm going to actually leave this guard alone. The differences here may be accounted for in the fact that the tutorial was meant for Thief 1 and this is Thief 2. Also, of course, as you can see, the layout is very, very different. Just sort of a design choice, really, because there's not any particular reason why it would need to be like this. But hey, it's interesting to see how someone interprets things, because I think that the tutorial was actually fairly generalized in how you had to build things. It was more along the lines of, hey, you can do this and you can do this, and hey, build a building here where we're going to put this guard patrolling so that this guard and this guard can do this, and this servant's going to be in this room. I could actually probably read it, the translated version, because I couldn't find the English version. So, one second. As soon as I finish this lockpick, which seems identical to the other one, might be slightly different. Nope, that's pretty identical. Alright. Okay, so to explain a little bit of what was going on in this tutorial, when building this house, he said select the airbrush and do it with a 24 size or, you know, with a 48 size. Build another compartment of the door, which, mind you, this is a translation from Italian from an original English document, so don't worry about the grammar here. Build another compartment for the door and a door to enter the house on the left side, over here, which, from what we saw in KoMag's version, was more over here and less over there. So it's sort of a design choice and also just a general...
I should be able to find something in here.
Also, the sound schema is here and not in the other one. So this person is sort of combining tutorials and just sort of learning from things as they go. So putting down the table and chair, that was kind of new-ish. I don't actually recall if that was in... I think there was a table, but it was not in the center there. Not really, because KoMag was building for the tutorial and not necessarily trying to build, you know, a full actualized, conceptualized mission. Hi. I heard him, but I thought he was through the door more. Alright, so you can see we have carpet here. The tutorial did not specifically say where things had to be, like, in here. In terms of what they're made of. Remember, items such as doors, furniture, and tables should not be detached from the grid. If you want to perfectly align, do this. Create a guard with a sword. Put it in the first room next to your starting point, and the point which lies flee from. That's an odd translation. There's definitely some odd translations when you translate from English into other languages and then back again.
Noises?
Alright, so we're actually in the bathroom, and that's where this guy is this time. So, you can see where things end up getting a little bit lost in translation, not necessarily because it's literally translated. I just mean, like, what KoMag envisions is not necessarily what others envision. So, rather than leave this place empty, Hans has chosen to decorate it. I need to actually kill that guy. I forgot. So you can see that there's things that are similar but not the same. And it has more to do with the aesthetic and layout of things. Here, you know what? I'm just going to toss you in the bathtub. That'll make things a lot easier. Hopefully, yeah, okay, good. That's actually going to kill him. Hey, watch it. I love that one when they're drowning. Alright. And I mean, this room itself is also slightly different. It's not exactly centered on the door. Okay, so we ended up with 6,300 loot instead of the 7,000 some in this one. In this case, KoMag actually did say in the tutorial to put a TR in the blue room, adjust the value so that it's 6,000 exactly. You know, put loot in various places. If you want to give him more of some arrows than others, do that. And just put your own flair on it. Put a few coins, gold nuggets, rings, purses, wherever you want. And that's actually part of the tutorial, because part of it's just learning what you enjoy doing in terms of making a mission, because you do want to sort of branch out and figure out what you enjoy doing when you make a mission. So with that in mind, there is no review for this, of course, because this is mostly a demo. And on the circle, this received 5 out of 10 from 9 votes from viewers. This is mostly, of course, just meant to be the tutorial, so of course, it's just one of those things. So with that in mind, I'm Nexus, and I will see you guys next time.